Good evening and welcome to Simply Colorful Fibercast. Today's date is July, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th. I didn't check before, but I'm working back for my birthday. July 9th, 2021. My name is Lynn Marquidon and I'm your host. And today, in our 8th year of doing Fibercast, we are going to give away our 6th quilt. And similar to earlier, instead of making the quilt, I'm actually going to be raffling off this wonderful bundle of Dandy Annie by Robin Pickens. It's a Moda layer cake. So that's what we're going to be auctioning off at 8:30 today. If you're a Simply Colorful patron, your name is in here if you haven't already won this year. And we will hopefully call your name. So stay on till 8:30 and we will do that drawing. Again, this is in thank you for those of you who have supported Simply Colorful. This is our 8th year and we are giving away 8 quilts. This is our 6th giveaway. And as I said, rather than me make something, I'm going to send you this beautiful layer cake so you can make something. So, sorry I haven't been around the last couple of weeks. It's been a wonderful couple of weeks. We've been traveling. We've been to Maine. We've been to New Hampshire. We've been to the vineyard. We brought our dog with us. We all had a great time and rested and relaxed. Saw my sister, saw my mother, saw family, saw my cousin Ray. Ray, if you're out there, hello. If Lindsay and Tim are in Hawaii, hello. I love that you're all out there, and so we wanted to say hi. The studio is in full swing. The factory is back up since we've been away. I wanted to share with you another quilt by the infamous Becky McDonald. She's made this nice X's quilt. I know I should know the name of it. I've made one myself, and I've quilted several of hers. It is a Jenny Doan Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern, and it's great fun to make. Maybe Radiating Star, that might be what it's called. Give it a try. So that's one of them in the queue. We have lots of other things going on. I wanted to tonight, because we have so much going on, I'm actually going to work on a customer quilt. Specifically, it's a round robin that I did for Carrie. Carrie and her team made it. And what we're doing tonight is we are putting, and so Carrie, if you're up in Maine enjoying yourself, I hope you're having a great vacation. What we're going to do tonight is put on a hanging sleeve because it's just a wall hanging, and then also put on the binding. So it's kind of a working Fibercast. And again, we'll go until 8:30 and then we will do our drawing and that will be it. So grab a project. Let's see what we can get done in the next few minutes. And do I see Maggie out there? Hi, Maggie. Sounds like you had a fun time visiting New England. We really did. You know, the one thing, we saw Chronicle last night. We did take one hike in the White Mountains. We weren't really prepared, so we didn't want to go very far, but we want to go back. And the one thing we didn't find were any of the swimming holes, and there are oodles of them. Although the river was very low, Amusik was the one we were staying by in Twin Mountain, New Hampshire, but the water was very low. But we want to find those swimming holes. Hi, Angela. It was great fun. I highly recommend changing your scenery. Okay, how are we going to hang this up? I think that will be the top. I love how they pieced the back of this too. Okay. So what I do for a back, and I have 3 Quilt Mania magazines from 2009 that Pat Bleacher sent, which are great fun to look at. Hi, Sue. Hi, Carol. Oh, having Wi-Fi issues will stay as long as I can. Happy sewing. Hi, May. Oh, Twin Mountain is a beautiful area. It really was, Maggie. It was lovely. Okay. Well, stay here, Carol. See who wins the drawing. Okay. So this is leftover that I cut away. I usually like my sleeve to be I cut it 9 inches wide, but I don't see any of these are 9 inches. So what I'm going to do, first off, let's see how big we want this. I may just sew these 2 purple ones together. Yeah. Okay. Of course, I have black thread. I don't want black thread. Hi, Kathy Klein. So tomorrow, for those of you who are patrons, we have Open Sew, and we'll be on at 11. Oh, and if anyone is with Linda Griffin and with Sarah Kokanowski out at the retreat, we wish we were there with you. I know when you originally mentioned it, I was supposed to be on the vineyard right now, but we came home early. Instead of coming home on the 13th, we came home, a week early? Well, that's not going to work, is it? I'm just going to use this black. I'm going to sew a couple of these together. This is what Carrie is expecting, so this is what we will do. Plus, I have black thread. Funny how that works. What is that, serendipity? Reminds me of the Geico lizard. Okay. Question is, do I make it a thin pocket or do I sew 4 of these together? Uh-oh, ran out of bobbin thread, I think. Yep. Always the way. I hope everyone is having a nice summer. Whether you're taking breaks, it was great to see my sister, KB, or whether you're sewing up a storm. I know, speaking of KB, she finished one of the Afternoon Delight by Gorman, which is a major, major quilt. Okay, what color do we want? We want, I think this is the most neutral. Oh no, we want black because we're using black. Never mind. Makes it easy. Just wind more black. Okay, there's that. There's this. For anyone new to Fibercast, welcome. As you can see, we don't do any training really. We don't do any special projects. We just turn on the I was going to say the radio. We turn on the webcast and then we just sew together. In this particular Friday night episode, it's one way. I talk and sew. Don't know what that was. Oh, I'm going to blow up my Bernina. But then we have, for those of you who, for patrons, we have 2 open sews a week. And those are great fun because we can talk back and forth and we learn so much from each other and about where we all live. And it certainly got us through the pandemic. We were talking with people, as I've said, around the world. Wendy, if you're there, Wendy and Allie down under, I hope you're well and not too hot. Oh, actually, no, it's winter where you are, isn't it? I have to say, being back in the studio all week, I have a renewed appreciation for my machines. Both this, my Bernina, and my Gamma long arm. I'm feeling very fortunate. They had a little break, and when I turned them on and dusted them off, they have performed like champs. So that's always good. Although we had our electricity come out 2 nights ago. It wasn't for Elsa. It was for a lightning storm that came in earlier this week. I hope no one has been impacted too much by Elsa. Elsa's a hurricane. It's come up the eastern side of the states. Okay, 12 minutes till the giveaway. And again, 8 years, and I want to thank everyone for supporting us. Okay, so turn this on. And I literally, for months or weeks now, I know I've had a pile of stuff here. I think after all the summer travel, then I'll be able to dig out here. But I hope I've said hello to everyone. Let me get that. Hi, Marcella in Little Rock. I hope you're well. Iron this open first. I think I will sew another 2 together. Okay, so there's one strip. Hi, Norma. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's the storm that's causing this. Oh, well, I'm so glad you're there, Norma. Oh. We're back to work, Norma. I don't know if you heard me. Here in the studio, working on lots of things simultaneously. And in fact, I'm putting on a hanging sleeve for a customer quilt. And then we're going to put on the binding. I have to sew the binding for her. So, oh, who's going on the shop hop? I think Deb is going. Hi, Leah. How are you? How's Lucy? Okay, sewing 2 more. Has anyone done a pattern by Di Ford? D.I. Ford. I just saw online a wedding sampler quilt. Primitive wedding sampler quilt. Oh, I'm going to sew these together and then we'll make our pocket, our hanging pocket. Anyway, her wedding sampler looked really fun and really complex. See? Like a dream. Having a good time with Lucia. Wonderful. So glad to hear that. Okay, now we're going to fold this almost in half. But I'm going to leave a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to iron it. And this is what your back pocket, you don't want to just put, oh, how do I explain this? You don't want to put the hanging pocket on without creating a little bit of leeway on the side where your rod is going to stick out. So I could have just taken this piece and folded it in half exactly, and then sewn it on and then tacked it down. But in doing that, it would have created a bulge on the front of the quilt where the hanging rod went. So instead, let's see, I'll tell. 2, 4, 6. So this is 8 inches wide, right? Instead, what I'm doing is I'm folding it over so that at about the 3.5 inch, and I'm folding it there. See how there's a difference there? Then I'm going to iron that, and then I'm going to pull it together, put it on the quilt, and then I'm going to sew. I'm going to stitch on where I ironed it so that the rod, the hanging rod, will bulge on the back and the front of the quilt should lay flat. So that's what I'm doing. And in fact, to help reinforce that, I'm going to run a stitch. Ooh, 4 minutes till the drawing. Okay. So now I have this pocket. Oh, and I forgot to do the ends and measure it, but we will do that right now. have to take it out at both ends. I forgot to do this. Even hanging pockets I have to take out. Might be a sign. You know what I did? I didn't finish the ends before I put my decorative bottom top stitch on. Of course, it's black, late at night. Hi, Mom, if you're out there. Hi, KB. Just re-sew this little thing. That off. Has it been humid where you all have been? Okay, 2 minutes till we draw. And we have our newest, Celine DeFilippi. Oh, I shouldn't have said your last name, Celine. I'm sorry. Oh. We'll do this side and then we'll draw. So any patron of Simply Colorful is entered to win. No matter if you're a brand new patron or you've been there for years. And once you win once, your name is taken out. The odds are pretty darn good. And as I say, we've given away 5 so far. This is our 6th. And we will do 8 because it's our 8th and probably final year of Fibercast. And I am grateful. Okay. There's that. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. Did I not plug that in? Okay, everyone ready? So again, this is a drawing for this layer cake called Dandy Annie by Robin Pickens, and it's Moda fabric, high quality. Okay, so what we do here is I take out all of these. These are the names of patrons. Let's put that there. We have this here. Don't know why we're seeing 2 of them. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first off, if you're a patron and you don't hear your name and you haven't won yet, let me know. Lena D, Linda M, Carol L, Kathy K, Cheryl F, Marcella F, Sherry R, Cherish O, Julie K, Becca K. Oh, speaking of which, check out my Stetchy Home. Rebecca Clash is rocking it over there, and she's going to various conferences, and she's really a whiz with cross stitch and any needlework. Sue W, good luck. Lima L, good luck. Ann H, over in Guernsey Isle. Deb L, the best Nana in the world. Sarah K, on her way to party. Gay PF. Martine Van de W. Misty S. Leah B. Grandma to Lucia. Dawn P. Jean B. Walking tomorrow at 8:30. Maggie H. Up in New Hampshire or over in Maine. Sandra C. Down south. I hope you're safe and dry. Linda G. She's holding the retreat out in the desert, and it's going to be so fun. I wish I was there. Have fun. Angela K. Hi, Angie. Patricia R. Karen KL out in San Diego. Carol B. up further north on the West Coast. Joan S. in the Midwest. Hopefully it's not snowing where you are. Celine D. Welcome, our newest patron. Patricia T. Jean T. Carol B. Joyce M. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning, Joyce M. Rita S. and Cindy P. over in Holliston. So if you're a patron of Simply Colorful and you've not won yet this year and you didn't hear your name, let me know. And now, see, I just stir them up. And maybe for our 8th quilt, we'll cajole Bob to come up here and do this with me. Okay, now I'm going to take this hand. I'm going to reach in. And the winner of this is Julie K. Julie Kennedy. You have won a layer cake. I will send this out to you tomorrow, right after my walk, on my way home. Congratulations, and thank you for supporting us. Okay, so that is Julie K's. Whew. Yes, congratulations is right. Okay, let me do this end. We'll just get this pocket on. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now we're back on track. Now what I want to do is bring this up, the edges up, and see how, if you look here, one side of the pocket is looped and the other side's flat. And the rod will go in the loop part. I'm going to pin this and put on my walking foot, and I'm going to tack this down before I come back with my binding. Oh, but I'm doing it wrong. I have to turn it over. And you know what I should do? I'm just going to run a quick little basting stitch of this pocket. This will all be hidden in the binding. Go. Okay. So now we can easily just pin this on. Okay. So it's on the back there. Like I say, I have my binding all made, and I'll put that on next. These are extra black that she gave me. I'm going to put on my walking foot. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take a scant 1/4 of an inch. Because again, when I put my binding on, it will catch all of this. And I don't want to see this seam on the front or the back. Go. There we go. Okay, so tomorrow when I'm doing my hand sewing, I'll tack that down. And it has the rounded pocket for the rod. Okay. In fact, just to make sure, because I've done this before, I'm going to pin down the pocket in a couple of places so I don't catch it when I put my binding on. All right. Now, start here. I leave myself a good end of the binding so that I can do my binding match. Sew to within 1/4 of an inch. Reinforce it, go back and forth. Now I'm going to fold my binding 45 degree, then fold it back over, turn my whole quilt, and start to sew 1/4 of an inch in. There are all sorts of fancy binding tools. In fact, I've seen someone put the binding over their shoulder. That's probably a pretty good idea. I bet many of you have some good ideas. There are oodles of ways you can roll your binding up on a piece of a toilet paper roll, for example. There are special tools you can have right next to you where you can have your binding wound. I just let it fall on the floor. And then, I think you know this, I usually go around twice with my binding, just to make sure that I get an even, because I go pretty fast, as you can see. And if I go around twice, that allows me to clean up any curves that I might have made in attaching the binding. Here we go. Okay. Switch it around. This is going to be a nice frame to it, isn't it? Oh, Linda Grant, if you happen to be out there, hi. I will be texting you and swinging down by your place next Thursday, if that works for you. Okay, do a little reinforcement. Go. Okay. So we're on our third. We're going to round out and finish this up. Why, hello, Dawn Stewart. Happy Friday. Okay, now I need to start looking for where I'm going to join these two pieces of the binding. I like to leave myself about, 15 inches between this. I hope I didn't turn everyone off. I'm seeing funny things on my system. Anyway, I like to leave about 15 inches between where I started sewing the binding on and where I temporarily stop. So that'll be good. So I back it up. Okay. Oh, I left more than 15, so that's okay. Easier to leave more than not enough, right? So here I have the two binding ends. And all we have to do is lay it out so that there is 1 or 2.5 inches, which is the width of my binding unfolded. So there's a 2.5 inch overlap. And we're going to do that so that we can do a nice binding. Diagonal. Okay, so there we've cut that off, right? And we have our two pieces of binding. We're going to open them both up. And we're going to put them perpendicular on top of each other. And then we're going to sew diagonally. Take the pin out so we don't hit it by mistake. Then before I cut anything, I just kind of yank it tight and make sure that I've sewn it the right way and it looks right, which it does. So now I go back and I cut off the extra. So it's 1/4 inch. And then I will finger press it. And I'll give it a pin. And it looks like it's going to fit. And then I go back here to where I left off. And now I'm sewing my fat 1/4 inch like I have been all along. All the way around. And there we go. And I think I'm going to leave it at 1 because it's a wall hanging. So it's not going to get lots of tugging. So there we have Carrie's round robin with the binding on it and this, the pocket, the hanging pocket, all ready for hand sewing. That's what I should do. I never leave enough room to easily join the binding. Right, Dawn? Speaking of which, do you recognize any of this? Did you do any of this? I hope I'm not divulging secrets here. But I like this round robin. So I feel very accomplished. Thanks, everyone, for letting me do some work here on Fibercast. That's what it's all about, seeing what we can get done. In this case, it was 45 minutes. That was a pretty good 45 minutes. Not only did we put the binding on, ready for seam, ready for hand sewing. We put the pocket on. We also raffled off this set of fabric, and it's coming right out to Julie K. So congratulations and thank you, Julie. Thank you to all our patrons. Have a great week. Do what you love. Do something that you're good at. Usually it's one and the same. And most importantly, do something for someone else. It'll make you feel so good. Thanks, everyone. Happy weekend. Bye.